Once upon a time, there was a boy and a girl. They were guided by an invisible red thread of fate. This thread led them to one another. Growing up, they only lived a few towns away. Little did they know, the friends they made and the events they attended, the red thread had drawn them closer and closer. This led to their fateful day. Years ago, a simple hello turned into a lifetime of unforgettable memories. Today, we journey back a decade through our shared experiences. Not just our love, but every laugh, every challenge, and every tear that was shed. I often describe Holly with one word: perfect. A word that describes the tapestry of our shared experiences. Now, of course I'm gonna call her perfect. She's my partner, she's my wife. We've been together for 10 years now. But what would other people say with just one word to describe Holly?
Awesome.
Adventurous.
A hoot.
Beautiful.
Bubbly.
Caring.
Compassionate.
Curious.
Down to earth.
Endearing.
It's exciting.
Honestly exciting. I'll stay nice with this one.
You don't have to.
Okay, violent.
Genuine.
Goofy.
Happy.
Jolly. Joyful.
Loud. Thanks, Josie.
Loving.
One of a kind.
Optimistic.
Outgoing.
2 words come to mind.
Perky. Sarcastic. Precocious.
I don't think that's what it is.
That's not a word. Rough.
Silly.
Sincerity.
Spontaneous.
Sunshine.
Sweet.
They meet Santa and they take pictures and they give it to you.
Vibrant.
Warm.
Why? Welcoming. Wow, there's a lot of words.
Indeed, there's a lot of words to describe Holly. To understand these words better, let's go back to Holly's roots. Right before our paths crossed, what was the girl that I've come to love? Now, I wasn't around for these moments when she was growing up, but her family was. Let's see what they had to say about it.
I knew from the time she was a child, a little child, that she wasn't gonna just be, a shrinking wallflower. The time that she told a teenage boy on the boardwalk in Seaside Heights, you better watch it. When he bumped into us, I was like, oh man, she's gonna be trouble.
It's not just one moment, but pretty much growing up, anytime there was a cake, she would stare at the frosting on the cake and you'd see the little finger go. And that's what I remember of Holly as a little girl, was just always waiting for that first little lick of the icing.
He still does it.
No doubt. But she used to be like cake level.
My first impression was sweet when she was a little girl. Just her running around like everyone's saying, and always very outgoing as she was growing up, and interacting with anybody that came her way.
High energy, always a smile on her face, just running around enjoying life, and she was a pleasure to watch grow up.
She was adorable, like the cutest little thing. Just seeing how she interacted with Kevin, just seeing that she's like your typical little sister that annoys you.
One story was she had a fever in elementary school. She didn't want to mess up her perfect attendance, so I gave her aspirins in the morning so she didn't have a fever. And Mommy didn't know about it.
She came in on Christmas one time and she was just like Santa Claus.
She was always one of like the cool older cousins. I felt like I couldn't approach her in a way. She just seems like too cool.
She was definitely very outgoing and very just like energetic and kind of the life of the party basically when we were younger.
Holly was quite the character growing up, and she is still quite the character today. What do her family and friends think about now that she has grown up into the woman that she is today?
She really following like what she wants to do and what she's passionate about. She's just so nice and kind to everybody, and I hope to be like that.
Now I think that she's very giving and thoughtful and loving and very funny and silly, which I'm pretty sure she gets from me.
I guess proud. She definitely became a great woman.
I think as we've all gotten older, Lizzie and I have gotten a lot closer to Holly, which is awesome, you know.
It's funny, I want to say she's matured, but I don't know if she has. She's been like the same since she's young.
Extremely caring of other people. Like there was a time very early in when me and Holly met each other that one of her friends at SJD was going through a really hard time. Holly felt so strongly for that person that it made her emotional too. Like just knowing that a friend of hers was going through a difficult time, that it affected her as well.
I just feel like every time I see her, it's like no time has passed. You know, we don't see each other as often as I would like, but it's always just a good time.
As you can see, her family and friends have really admired who she has become. And that admiration and the way that she grew up is what I fell in love with. Let's dive into our story of how we first met. The story of how we first met was like any other, but with a slight twist. It was a warm September day in 2013, and I was heading home. It was my junior year and her freshman year. Little did I know, when I was heading home for that day, the red thread of fate would appear. I was heading down to the light rail, and as I reached the platform, I saw this girl with blonde hair, a blue bag, and a really cute face. The light rail was coming in, so I ran over to where she was and I got in with her. I don't really recall what I had said. I might have complimented her bag, but she kind of just brushed me off. I took it as a loss and was like, okay, I guess this wasn't meant to be. Over the course of the next 2 weeks, I couldn't get her out of my mind. In fact, I couldn't get her out of my sight either. Every time I would look into a crowd of people in between classes, there she was in the distance, but before my brain could register it was her, she was gone. That wasn't until one fateful morning when I got into school early and was heading up to the 4th floor of the campus center. It was the top floor where all the clubs were, and I was heading to my club. I got out of the elevator, and as I turned the corner, there she was. I thought it was now or never. I have to go up to her, say something confident, and get her name. Before I knew it, I was in front of her and I said, "Hello, I see you everywhere. What's your name?" She said her name was Holly, and I told her my name was Eric. I go by CK, but for some reason for her, I wanted to introduce her with my real name. From there, you just do the usual thing in college where you talk about each other's majors, what you're doing, and what's going on essentially. During our few months of friendship, 3 things had happened. 1, we had begun to go to Starbucks once a week together. We would meet at the Newark Penn Station Starbucks and just talk about life, talk about each other. 2, because we both commuted, we would be sending each other the sunset and sunrise whenever we could. And it became our thing. And obviously that was flirting, but you know, we didn't think of that as the time. And 3, we would kind of stalk each other, both on social media and even to classes. She would go to my classes, and for me, I would try to go to places that she was at to be able to see her more. This all came to a head in Christmas time, in December when we were off of school for winter break. On January 1st, 2014, we were hanging out that whole day, and it ended with us confessing to one another. Then, a couple weeks later, Holly and I would be talking more often, seeing each other more often, and school started back up. We started hanging out all the time, and everyone knew that we were more than friends at that point. Now that we were officially dating, we had our first date on February 14th. Our first date was able to happen thanks to the fact that we were college kids and that we were broke, so we were able to get into the New York Museum for free. That first date really set the tone for the rest of the dates for the rest of our lives. We had this chemistry that we would have a lot of fun, but we were also really into the art and the sculptures that were in the museum, while also being silly together. So with the first date out of the way, things started to spiral into a great love relationship that had a lot of independence and a lot of time together. When we were at school, we took the time to curate our friendships. For me, I had joined Theta Chi fraternity and pledged them. And for her, she had made friends in different areas of school and close to her major as well. Now, college is usually where perceptions take root and people gain their first impressions. So, what did our friends think of Holly at first, and what do they think of her now?
Well, the first time I met her was in your room. We were playing League of Legends, and Holly had just like some random person who just like kind of walked in, sat down with us, talked to us for like 10 minutes, and then ran away. And we're like, I was kind of like, oh, that was kind of weird, but also I was like, whatever.
When did I meet her? Met Holly probably at the fraternity house. Frat house. A lot of energy for sure. I was like, okay, who's this lady running around the house full of men? Which room is she going to? And then I found that it was CK's girlfriend. I was like, cool.
Ballsy. She picked up all the bugs in our bio lab, but nobody was like wanting to touch them.
I just remember thinking, I'm like, wow, this girl's so nice.
She was very nice. Yeah.
Like, that was it. I was like, I like her. She's so nice. She's so sweet.
She was energetic and positive with everyone around her. The energy that she would bring, both the first time I saw her and every time after that, really lit up a space.
Remember what we were doing, but I remember laughing like a motherfucker. And I was like, yo, this girl's funny as shit. But she's crazy too.
Everybody, 3, 2,
She was just talking to everybody, including everybody pulling people into rooms.
Confused, I think would be my first.
Why?
Why? Well, I walk into the room, met, was gonna say hi to Silky. She says, and this is your dad. This is Daddy. And she goes, Daddy, and gives me a hug, and I'm like, what?
She's always so happy.
That just means jolly.
Wow.
She was always kind of just there. Didn't treat me like I was new to your relationship. She always kind of just accepted that I was gonna be there.
Like my first time ever meeting her, it kind of flowed into like a natural conversation. It felt like we've been talking for years. Yeah. Like this is like the millionth conversation we had. That's what. Yeah. It felt natural. Almost like we've been friends for years and haven't skipped a beat.
Yeah. She's fun. She's a lot of fun. Very cool. Like, I'm an introvert. Yeah. Holly very much the extrovert.
Oh, yes.
So, it was like, wow, that is just impressive that you have that ability to do that.
First thoughts of her, like, if there was like a cartoon character in my head of her, it would be like a pro wrestler woman. Like, because I remember at the time, like, I didn't even talk to her and she's just lifting people up. Like, and trying to like wrestle and fight everyone.
I was always like, oh, who's this with this guy? My friend, my pal. Oh, I guess she's okay.
My first impression of her was one of the guys like fit in immediately with all these people, but she was also super friendly and immediately knew how to make you feel included and like you were also one of her friends.
As you're dating, you begin to merge your families together. Holly's family would meet me and my family would meet her. So how did our families perceive the merging of these two strangers into one family?
Went from being friends to really being there for each other. You were certainly there for her when my mom passed away, and during COVID and all that stuff, and helping us out with the business. You really became part of the family before you were officially part of the family.
She's a really sweet girl, nice to everybody, so we were glad to have her. She's very easy to hang out with and fun. So.
Yeah, I love Holly being around. She's very peppy, and she's a hard-working woman.
Well, I thought you were nice. You were nice. I don't know about now.
Oh, thanks.
Things change now. No, I thought you were good. You were okay. You seemed like a nice fit, both of you.
Who is this?
She was confident, friendly, really easy to talk to.
When you showed up at Grandma's house by yourself because Holly was working and you were coming from somewhere else or you had to go somewhere else, whatever, and you wanted to be able to see the family and everything, and you came and I thought, this guy is a keeper. Like,
And you guys, I feel like you guys are just like the perfect example of like a couple. You guys are just like so cute together. And I feel like it's like soulmate, like if you look at soulmate in the dictionary, picture of you two come up.
Thought she was just a ball of energy of like fun and love.
While Holly and I had grown each other in certain ways, I really feel like Holly had changed me to become a better person over the years. Way more than I was able to change her, in my opinion. Thanks to her, I found grounding. I found myself in many ways, and she supported all the changes I've had to go through to become the person that I am today. Even to this day, I am still changing and trying to find myself, and she has stood by my side, loving, supportive, and faithful. And now that our story has come to this point, let's just dive into all the memories that everyone has to say about Holly.
It was the first time I actually hung out with her when we were like drinking,
Mhm.
and I didn't realize she could get funnier than she is when she's sober. It was hilarious.
Oh, I got one. When you and Brianna were watching SpongeBob, you guys knew all the jokes.
Yeah.
And Holly and I just sat there like, yep.
I can never get past the story of when we were sitting with Holly, and she's like, oh, you guys are in like a biracial relationship, and she thought that I was Filipino, and the look on her face when I told her that I was Polish will never leave my memory.
A moment involving Holly that I'm never gonna forget is when she took me out. I didn't have the most ideal, like bachelorette experience when Holly took it upon herself to like take me out, and it was honestly like the best time.
When you guys came to my birthday and Holly decided to go grab another bottle of wine or something, and a friend, Michelle, decided to go with her, and then next thing you know, the liquor store that was supposed to be 5 minutes down the road, 20 minutes later, our food's coming, and we're like, where are they? And then we get a picture of them two doing a shot at a bar somewhere. Was my first taste of like, that girl will just disappear and find herself wherever with whoever.
One thing I will never forget, and this is why Holly's such a great friend, was during Lake George, I got so drunk that I ran into the woods half naked with no sneakers, and she could have just let me there to die in the woods and fend with the bears, but she actually followed me and coursed me back with Egos, and fed me, between her and Sam, fed me Egos until I came back.
She got really drunk off the margaritas, and we took NJ Transit back. The train conductor who was like taking our ticket information, he was just being sassy. I think he was just done with the night. He'd been dealing with drunk people, and she wanted to fight him, and he was just taking it. But I thought, like, starting anything with a train conductor is like a federal offense.
Yeah.
But it was just really funny to see.
I feel like her and Zach and I are like the Three Musketeers. About a week or so ago, she and Zach remembered that it was my cancerversary. They brought me flowers and they gave me a card, and I told them, like, I can't look at the card because you guys actually wrote in it, and like I can't, like, not here. I'm gonna bring it home, I promise I'll read it. And when I went home to read it, they made me cry. Not a lot of people remember those things, so for her to think like that of me after only knowing me for a year, that's huge.
One of my favorite moments with Holly was at your wedding. You guys had the mashed potato bar. She just flew over, and she was just, we were eating, and she just came over. I was like, you know what, fuck it up, it's your wedding. I love that. That was so cute.
Your wedding day, being there, getting ready with Holly, like just seeing how happy and like excited she was, and like nothing could go wrong that would take that excitement and happiness away.
Probably when she was dancing around on the dance floor at her wedding, just in her big dress.
Seeing her with you on her wedding day. Like, I love the fact that even though I'm technically on your side of the wedding, she just made me feel so welcome from the beginning of the wedding process. I didn't feel like I was just Eric's friend. I felt like I'm her friend too. And just seeing how happy she looked, but also
not stressed out she looked. That she was just like cool, calm, and collected, and the whole wedding was so DIY. She knew where everything was, and she showed me, oh, I made this, and Eric made this, and we picked this out. And it just, I was so impressed at how she had everything under control.
So there was this one time, I think she was working bar, I was expoing, and you know, people would place their orders for food. I saw an order for the bar, I'm like, okay, this is hers. It was a Big Dipper. So the Big Dipper came with loaded fries, spring rolls, and I think chicken tenders. So what she did was she took out all 3 sides and put in mashed potatoes, and she put sub-loaded, sub-sour cream. And I was looking at this receipt come out. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? And I immediately went to the bar where Holly was working, and I'm like, Holly, what the actual fuck is this?
There was one time we were drinking, or like it was a night of drinking, and Wyatt had too much. And you know, me and Holly would spend like I would say hours probably talking about like nonsense. And then we kind of realized like Wyatt's scrunched up on the tiny couch. He's heavy and he's tall, so and the entire time I'm carrying him, like Holly is struggling, but she like not one moment did she like ask for help or like, you know, like even Batter and I like consider like, okay, maybe we should put him down, because like, you know, we ended up bringing him in there, and like he was apologizing the whole way. And there's probably a photo somewhere out there of after, of like we made it. Oh yeah. Here's a mini celebration of us and what we've accomplished.
Holly, I'll Snapchat you. You'll understand what that means. Add me on Snapchat and I'll send it to you.
We were playing Palace, okay? The game I taught her, and the game where she thought she could beat me at, and I think I beat her 1, 2, 3, maybe 7 times in a row. And then she finally won one time, but really she thought she won one time and she lost. It was so bad. And then we fought about it for like 2 days. Then when she came back, I let her win the next game.
Plenty. Every time I would come home and Holly happened to be in our apartment, I would pick on her, and then we would discuss about the existence of Central Jersey. Does not exist.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I think she's always known that I've done it with a good heart, never with bad intention, and I always care for how she felt.
This isn't really the right answer to your question, but the thing coming to my mind is when she broke my couch.
We were fighting over the stupid squeaker. There was a taboo squeaker that we were at David's house, and we were fighting over this thing. Fell onto his couch and just destroyed, like the legs fell down, the entire thing fell down. And we were just like, oh crap, we actually broke his furniture fighting over this stupid toy.
And so our decade unfolds. All the memories that have been had, and the journey that has led us to this point. It wasn't easy, but I would say the journey was more than worth it. And Holly, now that we've reached this decade, let's see what other people wish and have advice for us on to this next decade.
Giving me grandchildren.
Hopefully you guys have babies.
I'm probably more excited for you guys to have kids than anything else.
Just continue the relationship that you guys have. Maybe have some kids.
We have lots of babies so that we have children to spoil in our lives. You guys will be great parents.
Listen to your ovaries, Holly.
The only way they're in this game is
I know it's hurting.
get it.
Just don't wait. Just do it while you are young.
I need to go to Holly's school of posing for photos, because damn, she's killing the game. I mean,
I hope you guys don't change the fact that you go on all these new adventures together.
Keep laughing. You gotta keep laughing.
That you, first of all, have good health, that you always remember how you felt about each other on your wedding day.
No, like, good fortune or whatever.
Yeah, good fortune.
Yeah.
Get a good mortgage on your first house.
Of course, I wish for a lifetime of happiness and just never losing that flame and just you guys being who you are forever, which I know is gonna happen anyway.
Advice for you, I would say happy wife, happy life.
Don't stop having adventures. Always have something planned.
Live life to the fullest.
And you guys already do a good job of this. Always act as if, you're first dating.
I would say take it slow. Everything goes fast, but you gotta just kind of live in the moment and enjoy everything that comes with it.
To say like, you're 10 years stronger, but like 10 more years, who's to say? It's a big mystery what the future holds. But I know if you guys are made strong and as strong as you guys have always been, I don't have a doubt in my mind you guys would be fine.
Don't pick up any wooden nickels.
Just always stay true to each other.
Like anybody else, keep it fresh.
Yeah, definitely enjoy the time you guys have together. Eddie and I had a lot of time together before we had kids, so it was fun.
Just enjoy your time together. Enjoy the laughs, enjoy the happy moments.
Just keep having fun.
Have a great family life and just have fun and enjoy every moment. I mean, that's all you can do in life.
Be honest.
Just love each other, be honest with each other.
Well, I guess relationship-wise for you guys, I guess just keep being yourselves. I mean, I feel like you guys have a very open and good communication between you, so I feel like just keep doing that.
Always communicate, always have fun.
Communication and transparency.
I think you guys are already heading in a great direction. Your relationship is really good. You have a lot of communication, which is really important. And just remember to keep that.
My suggestion for you guys is communication. Always open as much as possible.
Communicate, talk about things, don't hold things in, and always go when you go to bed and make sure that everything's good with you guys. Always say I love you and kiss her goodnight.
Keep up the good work.
Don't change who you guys are because it what makes you guys and your bond so strong.
Honestly, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
I would say to continue down the path that you're on. So in other words, keep doing what you're doing.
Honestly, just keep doing what you're doing.
Really keep doing what you guys are doing.
Keep doing what you're doing, stay young, stay full of life as you guys always are, and just keep pushing forward with whatever you guys are doing because it's working.
Just advice in general, I keep doing what you guys are doing. Something's working right, I guess.
Continue to just do what you're doing because it seems to be working.
You guys are already doing so well.
Yeah.
Maybe just keep up doing whatever you're doing.
Keep doing what you're doing. You don't need advice. You're doing it right.
I think you need advice coming from a 17-year-old, but just keep being you. You're doing great.
I would say this for both of you, is that we don't stop changing when we hit 25, we don't stop changing when we hit 30. There's a chance that in 15 years, Holly is not gonna be the same person that you married. Or in 15 years, you may not be the same person that she married. If you all feel like you're becoming different, remember that it's okay and that that's a part of life. And as long as you both are willing to grow different together and communicate and be honest with each other, I think that you all will continue to have a good relationship, never perfect, but a healthy and good relationship, which is what I want for you guys.
Always play games together and make sure to play like your life is on the line and be cutthroat as hell. And then once the game is done, you pack it all away, right? And you guys love each other and give kisses and you're good to go.
And never pick your wedgie in an elevator.
Never pick your wedgie in an elevator.
Back to the first decade and see how much you have gone through, how you work together, and if you go through all this, it's nothing that can stop you ahead. So I congratulate you on 10 years. It's quite a milestone. Again, more influence to look forward to and great ideas to what to do for a 10-year anniversary.
So there we have it. Holly and I have been through a lot to get to the point that we're at now. We live in this wonderful apartment together. We help her family regularly. Through the time that Holly and I have been together, we've had a lot of challenges, both financially, externally, relationship-wise, and we've communicated through all of that. We've found a way to persevere through all of that. And I think the way that we've grown in our relationship has led us to the point of people recognizing that. We've gotten to the point today where we have influenced and impacted a lot of people. They've influenced and impacted us, and we've grown into adults that people want to see succeed. Holly, I love you so much, and I'm so lucky to have you. Everyone else around us also believes the same. Before I close out, let's see what everyone else wants to say to you directly.
Even though we didn't really talk too much, the connection's already there. It's always been there, and thanks for being our friend.
Hey Holly, happy 10th anniversary to you and CK. I hope you guys stay together forever, die old.
Yeah, so Holly, It's been a while. I don't know how you keep eating so many potatoes. I feel bad for CK that you're going to basically bankrupt him getting all these potatoes. It is a problem. You have a potato problem, Holly. This is actually an intervention. All in all, it's been an absolute delight getting to know you. If you told me back then that we'd be close as we are still now, 10 years later, I would have said that potato nut? Absolutely not. But I'm glad that I was wrong, so, you know.
Just wait.
I love you, Holly. You're awesome. You really are. You're beautiful. You're very special. I love you.
I love you, Holly. You know that.
Holly, we love you. You and your husband here, who's literally got me on camera. But I'm here. And Eric, you're a great guy, and I wish you guys the best.
Holly, I love you, and I love you guys together. Can't believe it's been 10 years, and can't wait for the next 10 years.
Holly, we love you.
I love you, even though I hate you sometimes.
Congrats.
Holly, I love you. Bye.
You're awesome. We're fake red hair twins and blue eye twins and round face twins, and that's pretty epic, so.
I love you. You're still cool, I guess.
Holly, I love you, sweetheart. Beautiful blue eyes. You know I'd do anything for you. I love you.
I love you, Holly.
Love you, Holly. Hope you enjoy this video.
And I guess to say to Holly, I love you. I hope you love this video. I'm so excited for you and Eric with your 10 years. And yeah.
I love you, my first goddaughter. Our whole God family isn't here because Johnny's not here. But we love you.
Holly, I love you. You're the best cousin and such a good friend. And I'm so thankful that you have found someone like Eric and have spent the last 10 years with him and have forever to go. I mean, you guys are perfect for each other, and I couldn't imagine you with anybody else.
We love you,
Holly, I'm so happy you and CK are together, and I hope you guys go on forever together. I hope you have a lot of fun adventures. I hope you have a lot of great experiences, and maybe some good food too.
Happy anniversary!
Yes, 10 years.
There, 10 years, yes. Have fun.
I love you. We love you.
We appreciate you in our lives. We need you in our lives.
Love you, Holly. I miss you. I hope to see you soon.
I love you, Holly. I'm so happy that I'm gonna get to see you. I can't wait to see you, and I hope you really carry everything in this video with you, you know?
Hey, boo. How are you? I hope you're doing well. Keep being your fine self. Ooh, I'm feeling a little saucy now. Kind of loosen up a little bit.
I was gonna say, I love you and you're hot as fuck. And that was all.
Amen.
Ramen.
Ramen.
Congratulations. It sounds like you've done something very few people are able to do. Finding a loyal and committed husband who's willing to put in the work to create joy for you. I can only hope that I can do similar things for my own lady down the road. So, congrats. Good luck.
Holly, it's just so funny the way you play games. Because when you play like board games and stuff, it's not about you winning. It's about trying to make sure Eric doesn't win. And that's the mentality I like, because I don't care about winning either. I just want to make sure other people don't win. And that's a bit toxic, but it's the way we are. So.
Hi, Holly. Never ever sit next to me while playing Uno. Thank you so much. Like, I love you, but not sitting next to me playing Uno.
Is there anything else you'd like to say to her directly aside from Uno?
No.
Happy anniversary to you and Holly, and I honestly just wish the best for you guys. I'm glad to be a part of this journey, and I'm excited to see what the next decade holds for you guys.
Fuck you, Holly. So much. Say it to the camera. Is she gonna see this? Keep doing what you're doing. Here's to another 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 years. Probably be the max at that point, unless life expectancy really increases.
I don't know just how much I love you and value our relationship so much, and I'm trying not to cry. But you know you mean the absolute world to me, and I'll always be here for you, and you'll be here for me, and I can't wait to see what even you and I have in store for each other. But happy anniversary to both of you, and I love you both to the moon and back.
I don't know what this is for, but hi, Holly. Enjoy.
Thanks for taking care of my brother.
I'm sorry I'm awkward on camera.
Hal, I love you so much. I'm so happy that you became part of the family. I couldn't imagine anyone else for my brother, and I'm glad you're my sister. Love you.
Just congrats on a decade together. Love you and prosper.
You are part of our family. It wouldn't be the same without you around. And glad that we can always be there for you guys to help you with whatever you need.
Yeah, I love her. And you too. You're a good guy. I like you.
Holly, thank you for the decade of loving me and being with me. I have been blessed and lucky to call you my wife, my partner, and my best friend. I don't know what I would do without you in my life. And the reason I went through all these interviews, saw all these people, and made all this time for this was because I love you so much. I want to show you that while there are a lot of hardships in life that we've gone through together, the impact that you've made to not just me, but everyone around you has been tremendous. You are such a light to everyone's life. You make them feel like time hasn't passed. You make them feel like they're special and they're cared for. And you don't even expect anything back for it. But this whole video, this is back to you. This is all because of how wonderful you are as a person. And thank you for all our love. Here's to many more decades, growing old together, having babies as other people want, and, all the experiences. And I hope this video is something we can look back on for generations to come. Thank you, Holly, for being the best part of my life and changing me for the better, and continuing this relationship, friendship, partnership, and best friendship. You're my best friend, and I love you. Happy 10 years.